people, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be random number generator decides how many pages I read every day for a week. I feel like I've been kind of inconsistent with like how many pages I'm reading, and some days I find myself accidentally not reading and just kind of forgetting altogether. So I thought if I have like a number generator choosing how many pages that I actually have to read a day, then I could get in some more books that I'm anticipating and that kind of thing. So I'm gonna set the number generator from minimum 20 pages and maximum 250 pages, because I feel like I just can't do more than 250. That's quite a lot for me to read in a day, especially with like work and other things going on. I feel like that's a good point to go to. And also, like, I don't really want to go any less than 20 pages because that feels like not a lot. And kind of defeats the purpose of my goal for this video. Also guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I have kind of like created a little stack of books that are my priority books for this video. I just thought that it would be easier to create a little mini TBR for this video rather than picking as I go, because this way it's like, these are the priority books to get to in this video. Maybe I'll get through all of them, maybe I won't, that kind of thing. And yeah, let's go through these. The first book that I put on this pile was The Risk by Elle Kennedy. This is the second book in the Briar You series. I read the first one last month and really enjoyed it. It took me by surprise. I love Elle Kennedy's writing, and I just feel like I want to move on to the next book in the series sooner rather than later, so I kind of have it fresh in my mind and I'm not leaving too long of gaps between each one in the series. This is like the sequel to the Off-Campus series, which I've not read yet. I know, someone tell me to go and get the Off-Campus series because I really need to. But I didn't find it in the works when I went to look. I only could see the Briar You series, so I just picked up this one. And so far I've had no issues with reading this one first. The next book on this stack is Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. This is a thriller, and apparently it's like insane, crazy, so much going on, really scary. And I'm really excited to get to this one because I don't know if you watched my other videos, but I've been kind of mentioning that I'm feeling my thriller vibe right now. I'm kind of in my thriller horror era. I'm entering that genre. I've not read many from the genre, and I'm open to any recommendations because I don't really have a clue. I just saw this one get talked about quite a lot and thought I would pick it up and give it a go. It seems like it would be something that keeps me on the edge of my seat, and that's what I'm wanting. That is what I'm wanting. Next we have Belladonna by Adeline Grace. This one is a dark gothic fantasy. I think it might be YA, don't quote me on that. And it's about a girl who kind of has like a lot of bad luck, and I think like everyone she kind of comes into contact with meets like untimely death. Ugh, I don't know, that could be so wrong. But I do believe that she goes to move in with a different family in like a big grand mansion, and lots of stuff starts happening there, that kind of thing. And the next one, the third book in the series, is coming out soon, so I want to read this one, then get to the second one so I can be up to date when the third one releases. And the final book on this stack is All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. I have only read one other book by this author, and that was the ice one, the ice skating one. What is that one called? From Luke Off With Love. I've read that one. It was okay. I did like the slow burn, but there was a few things in that book that I didn't enjoy. However, this one is a small town. I love a small town. So I'm hoping that I have some good luck with this one, and I feel like it's gonna be good. I think it's age gap. It's a bit of a thick one, but all of her books kind of are. I guess it's because there's so much slow burn that we have to get to. Fingers crossed. So this is the little stack that we're working with for the video, and I guess now we just spin the number generator and see what we've got. I'm gonna have to go to work before I can read today, so I probably should have started this earlier, but we're gonna see how much reading I can get done after work. Okay, we're gonna spin. I've put the things into the wheel. Let's just spin. Oh my gosh. Oh. Is it spinning? Oh, we have to press this one. Oh, okay. How many pages today? 138 pages. Okay, that feels doable. That feels doable. I'm gonna get started with reading those pages after work. Also, I would like to say that if I feel like I have time and I want to read more than the allocated number of pages per day, I am gonna just read more. And we're basically just gonna see how many books I can get done this week. I love that. Without further ado, let's choose a book and we'll get into the video. It's a little bit later now and I'm gonna read. I've just got back from the gym. I've just got back from work. I'm all showered. I'm literally ready to just sit down with a snack and a fun drink and read until my little heart is content, because I just want to chill right now. So we need to pick our book and then we need to read 138 pages precisely. I might read more than that. I'm in the mood to read. So we'll see how it goes. But we need to pick a book because we've not picked one yet and we have a choice of 4. So let's go have a look and we'll pick one. Okay, so these are our options for what we can read. And right off the bat, I'm definitely not feeling Pretty Girls by Karen Salter. I'm just not in the mood for like a gory thriller right now. I can't do that. That leaves us with these 3. And right now, I'm not really in the mood for like straight up romance, so we'll get rid of those. Which leaves us with Belladonna, which is definitely the one I am most in the mood for at this moment in time. I don't know why, I'm just kind of in the mood for like a gothic fantasy. I want to try this genre. I've never like tried a gothic fantasy. It's mainly just been more just straight fantasy. So I'm interested to see whether I like this sub genre or not, because I feel like I will. And also I'm in the mood for like YA, like that kind of thing. I feel like it's a lot more easy to digest, which would be a great place to start as well with the gothic fantasy. With it being YA, I feel like that will be easier for my brain to understand. What, like, because I don't know why, but I feel like gothic fantasy is a bit more complex and wordy to understand, so it's definitely a good decision for me to start with a YA version of that. I should probably check if this is YA, because imagine it's not and I've just said all that. Also the cover, how pretty is this cover? I have a feeling this one's going to be very highly rated. We'll see. Say this, but you know when you pick up a book and you're literally reading it so slow, like I feel like my eyes are like slugging across the words. They're like I'm having to like put loads of effort into just reading. It's not even as if the words I'm reading are like really challenging or super in depth. It's just that my brain and my eyes feel really slow. They feel like I'm just like slugging across the page like a really slow pace, and I do not know why that is happening, but it's not ideal. It's not ideal. It's not. However, I've just reached chapter 2, so I just read the first chapter, and so far I'm really liking it. It's very descriptive. It's very like quite like flowery writing. There's lots of like pretty words and things like that, which I do like. It's just a bit of a switch up to what I kind of have been reading, but so far so good. Just for some reason I'm reading like a snail. I'm really liking how like whimsical it feels. It feels very like a film. It feels like I'm reading but I'm watching a film in my head. It feels very kind of like Tim Burton-esque. I have just finished reading the amount of pages that the number generator chose for me. So I've read 138 pages of Belladonna by Adeline Grace, and here are my thoughts. So I will say that these 138 pages have felt like a lot, and it's felt like they've taken me so long to read, and I'm not sure why. It's taken me a while to get into this book, and I think it's maybe the writing style is just one that I'm not too used to, because it's very descriptive, very like a lot of the sentences, it's not just like this happened here, it's like loads of adjectives in to like describe it, and it's really beautiful. It's just that jumping from not reading books like that to reading a book like that, it kind of takes a while to process and to get used to how flowery the sentences feel. So it is taking me a bit of a while to get into, but I am enjoying it, and I am. I'm thinking that maybe the more I read, the better it's going to get, but just at this moment in time, I am very much struggling to sit and just read straight without like reaching for my phone. I'm getting a little bit bored in places, but like I said, I am only like just over 100 pages in, so a lot could change, and obviously we had to get through like a lot of descriptiveness at the start and a lot of world building and stuff like that. Not that there is a lot of world building, but you know what I mean, like we had to get into the plot, meet the characters, that kind of thing. So I'm hoping now that I'm kind of past that, it's going to improve for me. I will just say that I don't know if a super descriptive writing style is for me. I think my brain just kind of, I want to read to forget. Like, I want to read to unwind, and I feel like I have to really switch my brain on to read this book, and it's not letting me unwind in the way that I'm wanting to. That being said, this book is basically about a girl called Signa, and she has this kind of ability where everyone that she gets close to or lives with, that kind of thing, ends up dying, and she's like, what is going on? Like, this is not ideal. So she jumps from house to house, living with different relatives, different people, that kind of thing, and death cannot claim her. She's tried so many times to like push the boundaries and do really dangerous things to see if like she will die, and she never does, because she's got this kind of ability. And then one day her last kind of relative dies, and she has to move into this manor, massive mansion house, which is, I am liking the setting, it's really, really cool. But she's gone to live there, and with these people, a lot of stuff is kind of happening in this mansion, and she's like trying to get to the bottom of it. And I feel like there's going to be like a mystery element to that. So the plot is unique, the plot is interesting. It's just the fact that the writing is very in-depth, and it's making me kind of read a bit slower than I normally would. I wouldn't say that the fantasy is too heavy in this book. It's kind of more in terms of just like I think it's set. It's giving me like set, like Regency vibes, that kind of thing. Like they're wearing like ball gowns and that stuff, which I love, but it's not giving me intense fantasy vibes. It's definitely no world, like not a lot of world building. It's more just her ability, and it's almost like a magical realism type of thing than fantasy, I would say, because she's obviously the only person with this ability, so it's not like she's living in a fantasy world. But that being said, I've reached my maximum page count for the night. I'm gonna go to sleep, so I'm so tired, and I'll see you in the morning when we spin to find out how many pages I'm gonna read tomorrow. Night. Good morning, everyone. It is the next day. I think, yeah, today's Tuesday, and it's time to choose how many pages I'm gonna be reading today. Yesterday I completed it. I completed the 138 pages that I was meant to read. And honestly, I did kind of struggle. Like, I just wasn't in the mood. I thought I was gonna, but then this book was slowing me down. There's a plane going overhead. Ooh. Sorry if you can hear that. Yeah, it was slowing me down, and I did struggle to read that amount of pages. So honestly, today, if we get more than 138, cross your fingers that I can do it, because I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can. Like, I have like some stuff to do today as well, so I'm gonna really have to like try to do this. Let's get out the laptop, and we're gonna just spin the wheel again. I actually forgot to record the wheel spinning yesterday, so I'm very sorry about that. I swear it was 138, I'm not lying. Okay, maximum 250, minimum 20 pages again. And we're gonna spin. What an awful noise. Please not 250. 214. More than yesterday. More than yesterday. Probably shouldn't have said that I didn't want more than yesterday, because now I feel like that's why I've got it. Oh, great. No, I feel like that's still doable. Maybe. Okay, so today's amount of pages is 214. I'm gonna read the same book, Belladonna, obviously. So that would take us up to, just out of curiosity actually, how many pages would that take us up to? Gosh, that would literally take us up to page 352, I think. So that's nearly finished the book. I think after that we have like just over 50 pages. Whoa. So that means like I will have finished a book in nearly 2 days, which we love. This challenge is making me finish books. If I can complete the pages, that is. Wow. Imagine we get 50 pages tomorrow and that means I just exactly finished the book. So now we have our pages decided. That just means we have to go ahead and read. Literally, please excuse the slick back that I have got on right now, that I've got going on. It's not a look. But I am struggling with reading again today. I think it's because I've been at work, so then I've started reading like quite late. I've left it quite late and it's kind of feeling like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't leave it so late to read 200 pages when I'm a self-proclaimed slow reader. So far I've read 50. I'm about to go walk my dog and then I'm going to get back to reading. Definitely have enjoyed the plot a lot more now. I'm enjoying it more as I read more. I can't even right now. Yeah, but the more I kind of get into it, the more I'm enjoying it and the more I want to actually read. And I've decided that I'm enjoying it a lot more when I put on a playlist. So I've started listening to a playlist I found on Spotify. It's just like called Belladonna or something. And the songs on there, like Hosier. The songs on there, it's majority of his songs. And wow, it's setting the scene. It's making me like be in the world. Highly recommend listening to his music whilst reading this book. But that's my update. Hopefully I'll be able to reach our goal of 214. Actually, I've read 64 pages because I read 14 pages this morning. So we're getting there. I failed today. I failed the reading goal, which was 214 pages. I have read 125. Literally less than yesterday's, but yeah. I've failed by 90 pages. I needed to read 90 more pages, but I genuinely just, it's not even that I'm tired, like I genuinely just do not want to read anymore. Like this book is taking so much willpower to read and to like sit through. Like I am enjoying the plot and that's why I am continuing it, but it's just that I can't read too much in one go, I feel like, because I get bored. Whereas like if I just read short bursts then I really enjoy it, but it's just that when I read a lot like consecutively, I feel like my brain just starts to get a bit like bored. I am enjoying it, so I don't know, I'm like 50-50, but I did fail. Boo! We have like just over 100 pages left of this book, so hopefully I can finish it tomorrow, and hopefully the ending improves a little bit. Yeah. Good morning everyone. I'm looking a little bit crazy right now. I've got my rollers in. I am just off on like a little shopping day out today. So maybe won't be doing as much reading. I might lower, after yesterday's failure, like I might lower the amount of pages that I choose today. The thing with the book I'm reading right now is I am enjoying it. I can't stress that enough. It's just, I feel like it's not one of those books that is bingeable to me. Like, I don't want to sit there and just like binge it, because I feel like I just get a little bit like, I know it sounds so bad to say bored of the plot, but I just get a bit like, like kind of, I just get kind of like, I don't want to be reading this for a long amount of time. But then when I do read it for a short amount of time, I'm like, okay, great. But it's not one of those books that I like can fly through, which is slowing me down. I did fail yesterday. I failed. I'm sorry. But we're going to spin again. Today I might lower it to 200 instead of 250 as the max, because I want to be able to complete a day, get back in my stride, and then we'll hire it back up to 250. I feel like that's fair, because clearly I'm struggling. I am struggling. I am hoping to finish Belladonna today. Currently I think it's sitting at like around a 3.5, 3.75, because I am enjoying it. It's just that it's not one that I can personally sit and like read lots of in one sitting. I don't know if anyone else had that as well. So without further ado, let's spin and find out how many pages I need to read today. Ooh, let's spin. The rollers probably look so weird right now. 72. Yes, yes, yes. Woo! 72, that is so doable. I'm even going to try to do more than 72 pages. So we'll see, because I do, like I said, want to finish the book. I think left in the book is just over 100 pages, so maybe we can do that, but definitely we can do 72. I believe in myself. I believe in myself. I'm going to go shopping, and then I'm going to come back and do some much needed reading. Just finished Belladonna. I read the amount of pages that I was meant to read today, which I think was 72. I think, could be wrong there, but I've definitely read over that anyway. I've read about 140 pages today. I've finished the book. I've finished Belladonna. I'm gonna sit on my review, think about it, and then I'll do like a full in-depth review and my thoughts on it and what rating I'm giving it tomorrow morning, because I've just finished it and I feel like I just need it to like digest in my brain. But yes, I did finish the goal for the day, and I'm going to call it a night. I'm not going to read any more tonight because I've finished the book. So tomorrow we'll choose another book as well. I'm super excited. Good night. It is such a rainy day today. Oh, it's giving autumn, and it's making me want to like pick up a spooky book. Oh, it's making me want to pick up a spooky book, curl up in a little blanket with like a pumpkin spice latte and loads of snacks. I can't wait for autumn. Like, I actually can't wait for autumn. I am one of those people who was like, I can't wait for summer, and then as soon as it's summer I'm like, I can't wait for autumn. Anyway, so last night I finished Belladonna. I've actually not got it with me. I should have probably brought it downstairs. I finished Belladonna. I read the amount of pages that was set. I read way over that anyway because I just really wanted to finish the book, and honestly I wanted to know what happened. I wanted to know the ending. So I did finish it, and I think I'm settling on the rating of a 3.75 stars, just because it's not quite a 4-star for me, because there was definitely a lot of times where I felt it was very slow, and as you will have seen and like heard, I was kind of struggling a bit to get through it at some points. However, the ending and the last little section brought it up from a 3 to like a 3.75. It was nearly a 4-star. It was, because like the setting was so nice, and I was really immersed within the atmosphere and the setting of the manor and the mansion. I did really enjoy that aspect. It was more just like some sections felt like we weren't getting anywhere, and it kind of felt like we was stuck in the same little bits for a while, just going round and round in circles. Honestly, in my personal opinion, I didn't think a lot happened within the book, which kind of yeah, I don't know, I don't think that's for me. I think I need like quite a few things going on, because at times I was like, let's move on from this little bit, let's get going, and it felt like it was a whole lot of nothing at times. But then on the other side of things, the ending really picked up. I literally ordered the second book as soon as I finished it, because I was like, I need to know what happens next. The ending picked up, and I felt like things got a lot more fast paced, definitely towards the end, and I did really enjoy it. I definitely think if you're gonna read it in the autumn. Read it in the autumn, because it will hit so like so much different if you read it in like the rainy atmosphere that's going on outside my window right now, as opposed to like the sun where I was reading it. It felt a little bit off, and there's even like a little section where it's Christmas time and I was like, it's summer here. So yeah, in terms of the romance, because there is a little bit of romance, a little bit of a subplot, I personally didn't like it. I didn't like it. I can't root for the romance. Something in me, it was like, what? What is this about? I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it. I honestly feel like the story could have progressed without the romance, and I think it would have survived, and it would have been the exact same if you'd have just pulled the romance out. Because for me, I just felt like it was a bit pointless and kind of a bit out of pocket. Also, Signa does form like an alliance with Death, and I really struggle to picture Death as a man, like Death as a person. I felt like it just felt like the way that he was being described, he was just a bunch of floating shadows, and I was like, how is she conversating with this bunch of floating shadows? You know what I mean? And she's making it sound like he's this, she in her head is making it sound like she thinks he's this man, but then the way he's being described is just a bunch of shadows, and I was a bit confused. Would I recommend it? Yes. Read it in the autumn if you're gonna. And yeah, if you like slower paced fantasies, definitely pick this one up. I would also say it's more on the magical realism side of things than it is like a proper fantasy. And also, I would say it kind of fits into definitely like a more of a mystery. If I was to describe it, I would say mystery, magical realism book, gothic YA book with a small subplot of romance. That is how I would sum it up. And yeah, that's my thoughts. We need to pick the amount of pages that I need to read today. I'm also just gonna drop in a little comment. I've just got back from the gym, hence why I look like an actual egg with the slick back hair. It's hair wash day tomorrow. I'm hanging in there. If you know, you know the pain of trying to line up your hair wash day with your plans. Seriously. I'm gonna hire the amount of pages up again today, because I'm literally not doing anything all day. So we're gonna put it back up to 250. I'm hoping for somewhere around like 150, fingers crossed. So let's spin. Why do I get nervous? What? 28 pages. Oh, piece of cake. I'm gonna probably read way more than that. Oh my gosh, 28 pages. Unreal. We do need to decide what book I'm gonna read today, because we need to start a new one. So here are my options. These are the options. So we've got The Risk, which is the second book in the Briar U series. It's a sports hockey college romance. This would be fast paced, I feel like, and I'm kind of in the mood for a romance like this. So this has high potential. The next option is a short story from this book by Stephen King, You Like It Darker. It's his latest release, and it's basically a collection of I think 10 or 12 short stories from like all different genres type things. So the next one that I have to read, I've tabbed like where they all start. The next one I have to read is the longest one. I think it's about 120 pages or something. So I could read that short story. Kind of in the mood to do that, you know. I'm just in the mood for a Stephen King story. Or the third option would be to find something on my Kindle, because I have been kind of craving the feeling of just holding my Kindle, like the ease of holding a Kindle. It's so light. But of course we need to find a book if I am to do that, because I don't have any downloaded. I've decided on His and Hers by Alice Feeney, which is on my Kindle. I actually don't have Kindle Unlimited because I really wanted to get through my physical TBR, and I have been doing that, so that's all good. But I just really fancy a Kindle book, so if you don't know, on Prime, if you like have Amazon Prime, they also release books that you can download on your Kindle every so often, and sometimes there's some actually really good titles on there. So if you just keep having a browse, you might find one that you like, and then it kind of just saves you from having to subscribe to Kindle Unlimited if you don't really want it at that time. So I have found His and Hers, which, as you know, I'm trying to get into my thriller era, and I've heard great things about this one. I've heard great things about Alice Feeney's writing, so I'm interested to give this one a go, and I'll keep you updated on my thoughts. I actually know nothing about this book, so I couldn't even tell you like the summary. I'm going in blind, which I think is the best way when you're reading a thriller. Brightened up now, but I've just read 100 pages of His and Hers by Alice Feeney. I've definitely surpassed the goal for the day. Wahoo! I have read, I think it was 28 pages. I've read those and I've continued on. I think I'm going to keep going as well because I'm kind of hooked on this book. It's a thriller, which obviously gets you hooked, but like this plot, I just want to know what happens. Like, I actually have no theories of what has happened, so I just want to keep reading to find out. But I'm loving it. I literally can't find anywhere in my room to like stand up my camera right now. The stress that has just been caused for no reason because I'm just a stress head. Also, how cute is this bottle? It's from Home Bargains and it's a little Stanley dupe. It's a little Stanley dupe. Honestly, the Home Bargains and B&M Stanley dupes have me in a chokehold. I refuse to spend the amount of money that is a Stanley price. So I just get the little fake ones and I love them so much. Anyway, I thought we could do some skincare, which by skincare I mean like 2 steps because I've really put down on my skincare recently just to give my skin a little bit of a breather, you know? Anyway, we're here to talk about books. So, if you're wondering, I have been using the Elemis Superfood Multi-Mist face toner. It's like a 4-in-1 facial mist and it smells exactly like a spa. I'm obsessed, and honestly just a bit of a spritz of this, it just makes you feel so like fresh and rejuvenated. I literally love it so much. I have read about 110 pages today on my Kindle of His and Hers by Alice Feeney, and here are my thoughts. So if you were wondering what it's about, I won't say too much obviously because I feel like I've been using the Simple Rich Moisturiser as well. It's really good. I feel like it's best to go into a thriller kind of blind, so I won't say too much, but it is a psychological thriller and it's about, you get 2 POVs, you get his POV and her POV, and it's kind of like following 2 different sides to a story, which is really interesting. There's basically been a murder in this really small British town that's very like when you think of little old English towns, this is kind of the type of town it's happened in. So there's been a murder there and it's basically the events are unfolding after that, and they're trying to find out like who did it, why, and all these things. So far I have really been enjoying that, and yeah, I really like the writing style. It's keeping me hooked. The only reason I haven't read more is because I had to go do some things, but I would have kept like binging it and reading it. I think I'm going to stop for today. I'm not going to read any more because I am going to go see my boyfriend now. But if you're looking for like a fast-paced, interesting thriller that's really going to make you think, like I've not been able to come up with any theories yet, and I quite like that because it's kind of making me really try like think for what the plot twist is going to be. So if you're looking for like that kind of thriller, definitely recommend this one. And I do also think that yeah, the writing style is really entertaining. I really like the story. I really do enjoy a psychological thriller. Like that is my kind of thriller, I think. Just something about it, you just gets the brain turning. Is that a saying? But yeah, I did easily meet today's goal, which I think was like 28 pages. We definitely did that. That was a super easy one for me. I've also done my nails. I'm trying to like do my own nails to save money, so I bought some Biab, which is like the builder gel, and I'm trying to like give it a go. So this is round 1 of the Biab, so they're obviously still quite short, but eventually I'm hoping that they kind of like grow and I can shape them into like a square shape. But I've just gone for a red chrome to start with, and I'll keep you updated on this Biab journey. Maybe they're gonna like grow, and hopefully it's gonna be durable and not like break off, because getting your nails done is kind of expensive. But I'll shut up now. I feel like I've just rambled on a little bit, and I'll see you tomorrow when we're choosing how many pages we're gonna read for the day. I just made a blueberry matcha. You might be thinking like, are there pumpkins on your cup? No comment. I got this cup from the range the other day. It's got like little pumpkins on it and stuff. Oh, it's literally so cute. The reason I'm drinking out of it now, when it is still in fact summer, is because the cup I normally drink like my cold drinks out of broke. It's smashed in the dishwasher. So we're working with this until I get like a new neutral one. I need to like stir the milk one. But as you will have seen, this morning I chose how many pages that I'm going to be reading for the day. I think I didn't choose. The random number generator actually chose. I think it chose like 174. It will have been on the screen obviously. And so far I've read 30. I read some in bed, but this morning seriously I just could not talk. Like I was actually so tired. I was falling asleep. I just could not keep my eyes open. I just thought I'm just gonna do it and then we'll talk later when I'm a bit more awake. If you were wondering what blueberry syrup I use, this is my first time like trying this. It's the, I think, is it like 18831? It's just this one, and I've heard that this is the one that Blank Street Coffee use. If you know, you know. I'm not sure if that's true, but if it is, unreal, because I really want to try the Blank Street blueberry matcha. Let's do a little taste test. That is so good. That's next level. I'm gonna go and sit outside in the garden because it's very sunny today. So I'm gonna go sit outside there and drink my matcha, read some of my book. I'm loving holding the Kindle as opposed to a book. I sometimes just go through like eras of what I prefer, and currently I'm preferring the Kindle. But I am really enjoying it. I'm enjoying like reading a thriller. It's keeping me entertained for sure. And it's very fast paced is what I will say. So I'll keep you updated. But I'm hoping to read a good chunk this morning of the page count. I think we can do this one today. It is now Sunday. I didn't film anything yesterday, not a single clip, because I was out all day, so there was literally no time for me to be reading at all. So I thought there's no point spinning the wheel because I'm not going to be reading at all. If you can hear breathing in the background, it is my dog. She is like, please take me on a walk right now. Stop, she's actually the cutest thing ever. Here she is, she's the cutest girl ever. I didn't do any reading yesterday, but on Friday I did complete the page count. I read a little bit more. I think I'm almost done with His and Hers by Alice Feeney. I am really enjoying it, but I do feel like at first I didn't predict the story. At first I didn't predict it, but then I feel like as I went on I was like, am I predicting this plot twist right now? And then I feel like, obviously I've not finished it so I don't know, but I feel like I predicted the plot twist, and if I did, then it was kind of predictable. But then I'm like, it is a psychological thriller, so maybe it's not meant to be like I don't know, but I feel like I have guessed the major plot twist, and there's how many pages left? Well, we're 77% through. I'm on page 279 and there is 362 pages in this book. So I'm like, just under 100 pages to go. And I'm not sure what could change in this last little section. So I'm like, have I predicted it? And if I have, then these last 100 pages are going to be kind of boring. Maybe. Oh, don't cry. We'll go in a minute. Yeah. So hopefully there's like going to be another major plot twist, because I feel like that's quite a long way to go without having another like spanner in the works. I'll keep posted, but I am really enjoying it. And as far as psychological thrillers go, this one is a really good one. And I like how it's told in past and present point of views, because you're kind of getting like backstory, but then you get in present day what's happening, and there's so many like lies and betrayal and different things from the past that are coming back to haunt people. Queen, I'm literally gonna take you for a walk in like 1 minute, okay? 1 minute. Updates aside, in terms of the book, we do have to spin. So we're going to spin again. Maximum 250, minimum 20. Let's see what we get. Today's the last day of the challenge. And then I need to edit this and post it. I feel like I want somewhere in the middle today, because I obviously want to finish the book. But then after that, I'm like, do I want to start another book? Not really. So kind of hoping we get like bang on the amount of pages. Oh, there's no sound. 88! That's kind of middle, and I feel like that's bang on the amount of pages that I need to read. So basically I'm just going to finish this book. Let's see how many pages I need to read. I've just checked and I need to read 83 pages today, so that would leave 5 pages. 5 pages! I'm obviously just like not going to read an extra 5 pages. I'm just basically going to finish this book. That's unreal. Oh, I really need to take Cindy for her walk before she actually has a mental breakdown. I'm sitting down to read now. I've got my blueberry matcha. I made another one because I'm literally obsessed. And I've got my Kindle. This is the perfect setup. Loving it. This book is so dark. It's honestly traumatizing to read. Literally forget anything I said about being able to predict the plot, because I was so wrong. And I have no clue who's done what. I have no clue what is happening. I was so incorrect, but I love that. I love being like caught off guard by thrillers. I'm literally so shocked right now. This book has caught me off guard. I just finished the second book of the video. I finished His and Hers by Alice Feeney, which means I've just about read the page count for the day. Obviously I have like 5 pages left, but I just feel like I'm not going to start another book just for those 5 pages. I've decided that I'm gonna rate His and Hers a 4-star, which obviously like my rating system is different for different genres. Like for instance, a thriller, the rating system in my head is different for like a romance or different to a fantasy. So in terms of thrillers, like strictly speaking thrillers, this was a 4-star. I thought it was really good. I felt like it kept me on my toes. There was like a time, and I said it before, that I thought that I'd guessed the ending, and I was like, well, there's 100 pages left, like what are we gonna do here? I was wrong. I'd not guessed the ending. There was so much going on in like towards the end, so many twists, so many turns. It kept me guessing, kept me on my feet. And if you're looking for like a really crazy psychological thriller, then I recommend this one for sure. And I think a 4 stars is pretty high for a thriller. I think the only thriller I've ever rated a 5-star is the second Housemaid's book by Frida McFadden. I think it's like The Housemaid's Secret or something. Really liked that one. But like towards the end, I was actually like trying to like guess what had happened, and I thought I'd guessed again what had happened, and I hadn't. I was wrong again. Honestly, please let me know in the comments if you've read this one, and let me know if you thought that you'd guessed the plot twist, or if it completely took you by surprise as well, because whoa. But that is the end of the video. I have managed to read 2 books this week, Belladonna and His and Hers, but I have enjoyed like having a number generator choose how many pages I read, because I feel like it just gives you a goal, and then when you complete that goal for the day, it's like, wow, cool, I've like completed this amount of pages. But there was definitely some days where I was like, oh, I really can't be bothered to read the amount of pages I've been given. I failed on, I think, only one day actually. Yeah. And I would quite like to do this challenge with the number generator chooses how many hours I read every day, because I've seen a lot of people do that one, and I feel like that one would be even more challenging. But thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.